I wanted them to do a warm-up first.
I'm not going to step out. I'll watch it afterwards, so we'll see how
Axel, get in line now.
We have homework?
Because she forgot.
Instead of your homework, please take out your no-one.
I did. That's when I come back. And then it was like,
Thank you, table 8. I see that you are absolutely ready to go. Thank you, table 6. I see that you are ready to go. All right. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. All right. Here is what we're going to do. I would like you, first of all, to open up to page 54. Everybody open up to page 54 before we get started. All right. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Miss Cazares. All right, before we get started, I want to remind you of what we've been talking about behavior, okay? When the teacher is talking, we are focused and we are listening. We are not talking while the teacher is talking. I'm going to wait. All right. So today what we're going to do is we're going to first do a warm-up for 5 minutes, very quickly, on division of decimals that we learned yesterday, right? After that, I'm going to show you 2 examples of problems that students did in my other class, and we're going to find the mistake. After that, we're going to do IXL and small groups, and we're going to go back to our summaries from yesterday, and we're going to fix them. Oh, I'll wait. Okay. The reason we are going to do this, who can tell me why we are going to do this?
So we can
divide
So we do like fluent decimals
Fluently. Remember, fluently means quickly and correctly. Thank you very much. Now, you'll know you met the goal when you get an 80% or higher on IXL. Now, before we get started with the warm-up, I'm going to give everybody 10 seconds to take out their Cornell notes from yesterday. The table that does this quickest, quietly, will get a point. Israel, you need to be focused and not crying, okay? Yeah, sit down. Thank you, table 1. You are ready. Your first one. First one. Almost. I have some people that are almost ready, but they're still looking for the notes. Should have been in your red folder. Thank you, table 5. You are ready. All right. I would like you to use the notes, the Cornell notes from yesterday, to start this warm-up. So on page 54, raise your hand if you have any writing on page 54. Okay, good. So on 54, you're going to write the problem and you're going to solve it for 5 minutes without talking. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. That's a comma, boys and girls.
Do we start to move it?
Thank you for working quietly, girls. Oh, I don't know. Oh, where is it? Yeah, so they're not there. Okay, you have 4 minutes left.
So we have to raise
If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Really quick, you still have time, but some of you are getting a little bit confused. This is just a comma, not a decimal. Where is the decimal on a whole number that doesn't show it?
after the 4. So that's the same. So it's the
Thank you. Go ahead and keep working. You have 3 minutes to do this warm-up. I want you ready.
You working on it? You sure?
No? No, we move it this way.
What?
You move it that way? Yeah, so where can I do it?
Wait, so it's gonna be.
Yeah. And what do you ask me? Perfect. Now do it reverse. Very good. All right, boys and girls. Are we ready?
No. No. I've already started.
All right.
I messed it up. This is fine if I didn't.
I said no. Alright. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Stop, look, and listen. Alright, boys and girls. The reason I chose this type of division problem is because it's a little bit harder. Okay? And when you are doing IXL today, it's going to be these types of problems where there's a lot of numbers. Okay? Now, if a number doesn't have a decimal, I'm glad that you all know. I'll wait for everybody's attention. I'm glad you know that the decimal goes over here. Okay? So now I'm going to call on somebody to tell me what should I do. Okay? And we're going to go with Jacqueline. Sarah. What's my first step?
Moving the decimal point and
Once. Okay, so I move it there once. If I move it there once, then I have to move it how many times in my dividend? One. But there's no number to move it to. So what do I do? I move it over and I put a 0. So if I rewrite my problem, now I have 16 on the outside and 57,240 is my decimal at the end, correct? Now I have to divide this. Now, I'm going to warn you that my sixth period math were very lazy and they got a very low score on IXL. So I'm going to warn you because I don't want the same thing to happen to you. Do not get scared if you have big numbers here with zeros. Oh, wait. You just take it one number at a time. Does 16 go into 5? Does it go into 57?
Yes.
Okay, now I have to see how many times. Who knows?
3.
16 times 3 is?
48.
Subtract 11. Bring down the 2. And then you keep going. 16 goes into 112. Who did the math? You didn't get that far? It's not hard. It takes long. Because now I have to do on the side 16 times. Let's try 5. Let's try 6.
No, Miss, 6 is gonna be
That's too small. 16, because I want 112. 16 times 8. That's 128. So you would just keep going and going, right? If you can hear me clap once. If you can hear me clap twice. I'm not going to do each step for you because you should know that on the side you have to do the work to find out how many times 16 goes into 112. But what I will ask you is, in your answer, where does the decimal go?
At the end.
it goes up.
Yeah,
You raise the
just
roof.
raise it. Thank you very much. I will stop and I'm going to wait. Give me a second. I want to remind you that when you have an answer, you raise your hand. Okay? Now, we're going to move on from the warm-up. Okay? I am going to show you a problem that is similar to this, Aurora, but my students in another class made a mistake. I want you to observe this problem for a few seconds without talking. When you find out what they did wrong, it might be 1 or 2 mistakes. I want you to give me a thumbs up at your chest. Is that understood? Are you going to talk at the beginning?
No.
I will give you some time. Are we ready? Oh, thank you. I made a mistake on that time. Thank you. All right. No talking, just observe, notice what that person was doing. And when you think you know what the person did wrong, let me know. Okay. Chest. I like that I'm seeing a lot of silent thumbs at their chest. All right. Go ahead and talk at your table, and then I'm going to randomly call on someone. Ready, set, go. going on? Okay, and were you saying that you were confused about it?
That I didn't know how to explain.
Oh. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Okay. John, what do you think the mistake is? And we are listening. Okay, thank you. Jasmine A, do you agree or disagree with John?
I agree.
Why?
I agree because 0.8 or 0 and 8/10, you're supposed to move it one time, and he moved it twice.
Okay, so in the, what is this number called?
The divisor.
In the divisor, we only moved it once. So in the dividend, we should have only moved it
once.
But they moved it twice. Okay, so do not make that mistake. I've seen some students do that. All right, very good. Anybody else want to add on? Valerie?
They didn't raise the.
Well,
They raised the.
yeah, so the decimal should have been here, and then they should have raised it up here, right?
Yeah.
Should have been there. Great job. All right, another problem. I want you to just notice what this person did wrong. Give me a thumbs up at your chest in silence when you are ready. Ready, set, oh, wait, go. Okay, we're just quietly looking at what's wrong at your chest. I see some people are ready. I see a good amount. Top of your table, I'll randomly count. Is the test? Oh, because of this? Oh no, that's how it is.
Why are you even looking at her?
All right. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. All right. I called on Stephanie. Tell me what you think the mistake is.
I think the mistake is that they weren't supposed to use the decimal because 4 doesn't have a decimal. And because there isn't anything to 4.
Thank you. Alexis, do you agree or disagree with Stephanie?
I agree.
Okay, why?
I agree because on 4 there is no decimal, but they moved it on 7 and 2/10, but they weren't supposed to.
Thank you. The divisor didn't have a decimal, but they moved it, and they shouldn't have. Very good, boys and girls. All right, here's what we're going to do next. For the next 20 minutes, you are going to be on IXL dividing decimals, okay? Work hard because some of the numbers are going to have a lot of steps in the division. It'll be big numbers. Now, during that time, Mr. Moreno is going to be working with the group on table 3. I'll tell you who you are. And I will be working with the group at table 9, okay? The rest of you though, I'll wait. The rest of you need to be on IXL. But if you are working on IXL, I need it to be absolutely silent. If you are talking, I will be writing your name down, okay?
Where do we,
Valerie Ramirez is going home.
Thank you. Go ahead, Valerie.
Miss, where do we do these?
We'll do that later. All right, you're going to be doing H7, and we're going to show our work on page 55.
Miss, we didn't even
All right. Ready? If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. gonna do right now? Please explain the directions to me.
We're gonna work on Excel.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to, you
Hold
are
on.
going to be working.
Hold on. Go ahead. We're gonna work on our Excel.
We're going to start work on page 55. And you're going to call some people to work with you and to run it.
Okay, and how do I want the class to be working on Excel? It must be
Silent. Hey, whisper to our neighbor.
Anybody need help?
okay. iPads 1 through 5. Go ahead and grab them. Six through 10. 11 through 15. Um, 21 through 25. Through 30. Thirty-one through 35. iPad. Okay. To my group, Amy, Keely, Valerie, and Israel. Go.
Can I go? I don't feel so.
If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Thank you for your silence. We need it to be really quiet so we can work with our groups, okay? Try your best. In a bit, in 10 minutes, Mr. Moreno will be able to walk around, okay? Valerie's gone. Israel. You're in this one. You want to stand or do you want to go? Okay, let's practice division. You guys all come in first. Goodbye. Goodbye.
decimal. So how many times should I move it? Now, if I move it once and it's like this, how many times do I move it in my decimal? One. So now go ahead and rewrite the new problem on your whiteboard. I like how I see you all working quietly, and if you have questions, you're whispering. Thank you. All right, so which one is fine? Oh, we have a decimal here. So how many times is 3 4? Okay. 4 times 3 is... That was an easy one, right? Let's try some of the harder ones. Go ahead and read that. So I know you know the steps. I think it's getting tricky. We have, let's say, then, Israel, how many times should I move it in the dividend? Well, how many times should I move it here? So how many times should I move it? But there is no decimal, so clearly, where should my decimal go? So now that I have it at the end, Israel, how many times should I move it? I moved it once, and now where's my, what should I put here? So let's rewrite the problem, ready? I see that you're writing 36,900. So now we gotta do, this is what it's gonna be like on iPhone. I have numbers. So you just gotta step by step. Okay. So how many times does 12 go to 3? 4. It can't. So let's look at the next one. What's the next one? 3 times. Break down the 9. Well, no, can 12 go into 9? So, well, how many times can it go into 9? 0. So you put a 0 up here.
Alright, so let's see.
Okay. 12 times 0 is? 12 times 0 is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9 minus 0? 9. Okay. Then what do I bring back? Okay, so now I have 92, right? How many times does 12 go into 92? Thank you, table 6, for continuing to work quietly. Try it out. 12 times 9. I want you to get them checked. 12 times 1. I'll be right back. No. Let me check how you boys and girls are doing on IXL.
No, that's wrong.
All right, boys and girls. If you have a remainder, I forgot to mention this. If you have a remainder, you just add a 0, bring it down. That's it. We know how to do that, right?
Yes.
Good. So 12 times what? 12 times what? Try 8. What's 12 times 8? That's still too big, so then maybe it's 64? 64. 84. Okay, so 12 times what? Equals 84. Subtracting me down. 84. I want you to keep working on this by yourself. I'll be right back. Get it now? I want you to you have 0.1. How many times did you move in here? Oh, approximately. So where's the decimal? Where's the decimal over here? Yeah, where's that? One, okay, where's the girl? Right, 92 minus 84 is what? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Matthew, thank you for working so quietly. Thank you, table 7, for working quietly. Thank you, table 6, for working quietly. Okay, good. Now we have 80. How many? 80, yeah. How many times does 12 go into 80? Yeah, perfect. How many times is it? 80. Alright, boys and girls, a lot of you that are on IXL, we're saying that it's hard. Table 4. What is it that's making it difficult? It's a lot of numbers. It's not hard. It just, you have to be careful and take it step by step and show your work neatly, okay? You can do it, Jeffrey. Come on. Thank you for continuing to work silently. Okay, now Gordon. Let's go ahead and erase the problems now. Erase the problems. Erase the problems. I think we can today. Let's work on the multiplication. Axel. Axel. Ready? Matthew and Courtney. Okay, yes, good. The bigger number on, not bigger, more digits, right? Aurora.
Okay. What's 5 times 3?
Good, perfect. All right. I want you guys to go back and start with I. Es que conforme no, because it's the decimal right there, right? Or was it that?
1 to 7.
Okay. I'll check right now. Flor, focus. So, you know how it has a decimal here? You moved it one here, so make sure you can move it here. So now you have it over here. So it would be 9 zeros.
And you know I
Good. Good. Girl, please sit on your chair. I have this very good before. Is it just a decision you want?
Yes.
Are you making mistakes?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you gotta check though. Slowly, okay? But you are getting the problem. Good. You're getting somewhere. Very good.
I can tell you're out.
Okay.
These are all of these just
I know.
This goes on the other. Oh, very good question. The divisor is this one. So that one's the left side. Why? Because we're not focusing and you're not doing. What do you mean? Okay, so you're not. Okay, it is way too loud. I need you to focus on your IXL because I don't have anybody 70, 80% or higher right now. I know that it takes long, but you should be working on it quietly, and you should be paying attention so that you don't make any mistakes, okay? Get back to work. Zero. John and Flor. No. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, there's
We have to guess and check on the side. What happened? Zero. Okay, again. Right. You know how to do it. Okay, so you how many times here? Here, how many times? You know how to do that? Rewrite it.
Miss, I don't get it. Oh my god.
Okay, you can do it.
I don't like wearing that.
Cazares and Matthew get to work. You're around. You're also shouting out. Okay.
I thought you said
Is that I get that all right. Stop what you were doing. Look at me. Listen and scholar posture. That means nothing in your hands, not the iPad, not the pencil. Thank you. Thank you. We are having some trouble with this iExcel. Now, the reason we're having trouble is not because you don't know how to divide. You do, but we're making little mistakes. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to put our iPads away, and we're going to talk about the steps in just a little bit, okay? So, iPads 1 through 5, go put them away, please, now.
I thought there was that I didn't have to put it
6 through 10.
One of my friends at Safari.
11 through 15.
Safari? I only see the neighbors. I only see the flowers.
Yeah, Safari.
The only reason why I
I'm 30 to 35. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Thank you, table 1. You are ready. Thank you. Table 6. You are ready. All right, boys and girls. I'll wait. I will wait until I have everybody's eyes on me. Okay, before. All right, before we move on, I want you to turn to your side partner and I want you to tell them step by step, how do you divide decimals? Ready, set, go.
I divide them.
Thank you for your attention. Thank you. I'm waiting for everybody else to stop what they're doing and look at me. All right, boys and girls. So, I heard you talk to your partners about how you divide decimals. Now, you should have looked at your Cornell notes. We didn't have enough time to do this, but tomorrow we're going to add on and write and make our summary better because we're missing some important details that I heard all of you say. I heard somebody say, if the dividend doesn't have a decimal, you have to add it at the end and then move it. That is a great addition that we need to add to our notes, so we will do that tomorrow. Okay? You do have homework today. Take out your agenda and put your notes away. Your notebooks.
No, yeah, please, no. Just I remember that we dropped but it was an Oreo. Exactly.
Okay, stop record. Oh, I'm sorry. Stop. We know the rules to clapping, and we know that when we clap, we stop what we are doing and we look to the front. And when the clapping is stop, it's done. Your homework is page 128 in your textbook that you have at home. You're going to do numbers 1 through 21. You will rip it out and you will bring it to class tomorrow. Yay, sit correctly. Sit correctly. Okay? Once you have written this down in your agenda or a sheet of paper, Aurora, you may pack up and the quietest, cleanest tables will All right, quietest, cleanest tables.
Every time we leave, can I come in here because my table, no one leaves besides me. And I don't think you know this because you're talking.
That's the point, is that you get copy.
No, I'm like, math. Well, not.
The whole table has to be quiet for me to just stare. Table 7. Table 4. Table 2. 6. 5.
'Hey, that should work.
Can I have the note bag of my recording?
Yes. That's everybody, right?
We're the last people.
All right, period 5, I need 2 straight lines.
Why is there?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Axel, get to your seat. Oh, yeah.
I am still waiting for your attention. Boys and girls, I didn't know that I had to stop everything and remind you of the rules. Okay? Sarah, sit up correctly. In my fourth period class, our behavior was not okay today. And I am upset. Okay? Now, you're a new class, so I'm not going to be mad at you all. But before we even start, we have to start on the right foot. Okay? I get that it was a rainy day today. I get that we're, it's November, it's the end of November, we're almost at winter break. Yeah. I get it. But it doesn't mean that you get to behave like that and disrespect me as a teacher, disrespect your partner, and be loud. The rules are very simple. We created them, and we need to follow them. Okay? So let me remind you of the rules. If I am talking, nobody is talking or making sounds. You are looking at me when I'm talking so that I know that you're paying attention. All right? Yep. We are not getting up out of our seats to talk to other people. That's never been an issue, but last fourth period apparently decided to get up and talk to others. When you are supposed to be working, you're not supposed to be looking at other tables and talking. Is that understood?
Yes.
I have added a lot of people to my list of calling home and detention. Okay? In my last class, 5 people are getting a phone call home. So I don't want to call any more parents. So I'm going to expect period 5 to be focused and to be on task and to be respectful. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you very much, boys and girls. All right. No. I will let you know. So the math. All right. Yesterday we learned about the mantle. I would like you to turn to your side partner and or your and talk to them about what did you learn the mantle is. Ready, set, go.
But we found the answer.
Clap twice. Stop what you were doing. Look at me. Look at me. Yair. Listen. Yair. Thank you. Keep your eyes on me. All right. We are going to call Anaí. What is a mantle? What did you or anybody at your table say? What is a mantle? And boys and girls, let me remind you that you should be listening to what she is saying because I might randomly call on you and ask you, what did Anaí say? If you cannot tell me, you will get points off your participation. Anaí, what is a mantle?
Rebecca said that it was soft.
Thank you. Michelle Rogel, what did Anaí say?
She said that Rebecca said that the mantle is soft, solid rock.
Thank you. Soft, solid rock. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. That's exactly what we learned yesterday. Now I have a question for you. So yes, it is a soft, solid layer under the plate. It's kind of confusing for me. Soft, solid. How can something be soft and solid at the same time? Okay, so what is the difference between a soft, solid rock and a hard, solid rock?
That hard solid rock is very hard.
That the hard one is hard and the soft one is soft, okay? It doesn't really explain much to me, Rebecca.
When the mantle was hard solid rock in the simulator, it would nothing happened, like nothing moved.
Okay, so something about movement maybe, right? Keep that in your head. Today we are going to work with a computer. Oh. Today you're going to work in partners. And we're going to answer this question about how can a rock be soft, solid? And what's the difference between hard, solid? We're going to be grabbing material. But I need your attention. You will be working with your side partner, okay? One of you will have a laptop to be writing down the observations. One of you will be, one will have a computer, but you'll take turns writing, okay? So, John and Unita, grab a laptop. Okay.
Next time that belongs to me.
Ryan, Razia, grab a laptop.
Can I borrow Tatiana, please? Good afternoon. Excuse
Good
me.
afternoon.
ma'am.
Tatiana, go ahead. Let's see. Jared, grab a laptop.
Tatiana, come on,
Sarah,
sweetie.
Amy, grab a laptop. Jade, Michelle, grab a laptop. Right now is okay? When I start talking? Yes. Jessica, Guadalupe, grab a laptop.
Are you okay?
Michelle, Marlene, Marlene, and Annalise, grab a laptop. Amy, Yair.
Weird beats.
Okay, do you want to So, put your computer on. Okay, those of you that have a computer, let me explain to you what you're going to do. Go to Google Classroom. Okay. Page 3. Okay, then click on that blue link that is Amplify. Okay, let me actually see what you have up there. Oh, this is somebody else. Okay, sign up. What? Some kids forget.
We already turned in the vocabulary part.
Yes.
What is that camera? Never mind.
It is recording you and
So it's a camera that, I don't know, catches students misreading.
Hear us now?
Playing around with
That's what a camera.
all right. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. I love that I'm already seeing the people that are logging into Amplify and they're going into the lesson.
play motion.
So we were on number 2, right? 2.1, number 2. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, number 2.